Well, the Ukip MEP Roger Helmer, who himself defected from the Conservatives some years ago, joins us now from Ashby Magna in his East Midlands Euro constituency. Did the party suspend Mr Bashir before or after you heard he was going back to the Tories?
Before, and as Nigel made very clear, we've been looking at these issues and these allegations for several months, and there have been increasing concerns over not one issue but a series of issues to do with expenses, to do with Mr Bashir's employment practices, to do with some selection and election issues, and also his rather worrying relationship with an extremist Pakistani group.
Right, well, where's your evidence for any of that?
We have a considerable amount of evidence which we are studying. This may become a police matter, and we may find ourselves in a position of submitting evidence to the police on these points. For that reason, I don't think it will...
At the moment, they're unsubstantiated allegations then, aren't they? I mean, not very wise to go throwing things around when you're saying you're still studying them. They may not be true.
They are issues which we believe deserve further investigation, where there are prima facie pieces of evidence that concern us. But as you know well, this isn't a binary yes or no decision. It is a process where concerns increase, more evidence comes in, questions are asked, and I'm afraid that Mr Bashir has not been very forthcoming in answering those questions, and it must have been very clear to him that we were reaching the end of our patience on that. And so that's why Nigel has said, and I think he's probably right, that Mr Bashir elected to jump before he was pushed.
When precisely was he suspended?
I didn't actually move the piece of paper myself. It was, I think, Friday.
Right, and so when did you hear that he was going off to the Tories?
I heard yesterday.
The party? You had no wind of him going off until yesterday, is that right?
I'm not aware of that, no.
I mean, it all sounds very convenient, Mr Helmer. What it looks like is you're throwing mud at somebody who's deserted you. Because the counter argument is very worrying too, because it suggests that if you really did have concerns, you sat on them as long as he was a UKIP supporter.
No, that isn't the case at all. I've just said to you, and I say again, this isn't a yes-no decision. It is a process, and there comes a point where you have to make a judgment and say, are we sufficiently concerned that we should suspend an MEP until we can fully investigate these allegations? And we had reached that point. OK, and
will you put into the public domain any evidence that you may have to back up these unsubstantiated allegations?
Well, as I say, we have seen some evidence that appears on a prima facie basis to indicate that there are serious problems. When we have studied those and put them together, and no doubt consulted with lawyers, we shall consider putting them into the public domain. We shall also consider referring any substantial evidence to the police.
OK, well, he's consulting lawyers too, so we'll see where it all ends. Roger Helmer, thank you very much.